but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 6-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now here's Vick. Man open left side is Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A first down throw coming for Vick. Oh, and now Vick throwing another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time, at a Pittsburgh first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, at a Pittsburgh first. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And spins. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Vic with the incompletion there on third down. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Third and long for Vic. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Vic now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Vic to throw it. Out to the left here to Reed. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
The big day has finally arrived.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Stop made there by Julius Peppers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. 3-19.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Elway. And his Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Ray Lewis. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he spins through, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it with Johnson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Now let's go! 3-19!
On 3rd down, Elway. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Aaron Donald coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And on now is the punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Back to Heinz Field after this. Now Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They go play fake. Mahomes. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for it and was kicking coverages in his direction. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creep.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
Now Elway. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target, and that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Here's Elway. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Johnson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Randy Moss in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This fielded at the 2. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They go to Johnson again. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Pittsburgh, A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Green 90. Green 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On first, they'll throw with Elway. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue.
On 2nd down, Elway. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Elway. This is Johnson. He's got it. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Calvin Johnson, 75 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Walsh adds the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Black 58, rail. Black 58.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Forced out to his left. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Now it's Elway. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's second and 20.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's Elway to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
the NFL playoffs are upon us. It's the coach in Orlando. And you're...
They met here on the opening Thursday of 2015, and they're at it again here. The Steelers and Pats are underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And they're led out by a man in John Elway, who had 300 career touchdown passes right on the nose.
Isn't it fitting that it was the perfect round number? 300, not 301, right? Not 297. John Elway, perfect way to finish it. Over 51,000 yards passing, and then into the Hall of Fame, as expected in 2004.
Throwing now, Elway on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Brian Urlacher. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. And taken right at the 35. Fast footwork by Sanders. Able to avoid him at the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake here on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Randy Moss, 36 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So the Patriots coming out now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Reed in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. He'll scream soon.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Some guys just simply have it, and Randy Moss is one of those guys. His big playability, once again on display right there.
That's what he's known for. He averaged 15.6 yards per reception. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Johnson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
Now let's go!
On 2nd down, Elway. And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. 14-0 is our score. We're back with more from Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, Elway. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find. Anyone open.
Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New England. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 23. Oh, the spin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the... return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Randy Moss with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And time for us to spotlight Chris Johnson. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On first down, Elway. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Elway to throw on second. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Elway. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Elway. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Geno Atkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brad Wing now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. Well, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. On the return, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's...
And got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cam Chancellor coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Elway. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Ed Reed in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores.
Let's go.
That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Third down, Johnson. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Green 39. Green 39.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, it's Johnson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory. So statistically, Both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Able to push his way through. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the NFL.
And the offense readies for a first down and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs him off. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Johnson from 17 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There was the pressure you were talking about, forcing incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Back to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Goes underneath here to White, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. Now Brady got to have this one. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game.
Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Over the middle, complete. That's Moss. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. Welcoming you to Madden.
And the Steelers, they're ready to rock on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts free at the 15. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense. To go.
Oh, and Lewis lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Ed Reed in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Good move at the 30. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
He's going to rifle one deep left side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned